Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back to the video. In the last video, I showed you how you can really perform concurrent reads and writes on DuckDB using Arrow Flight Server. Now, this video, I want to take one step a little ahead, right? So now, let's say you want to launch fleet of DuckDB, right? Each EC2 machine, you have an Arrow Flight Server running. EC2 machine 1 running on port 1000, EC2 machine 2 running on port 1001, EC2 machine 3 working on port 1002. So hypothetical, right? You have servers and each server is running a flight arrow, right? Now what you can do is you can use consistent hashing. So now you can place these server nodes on a ring, and then the client can simply distribute the writes to each particular DuckDB nodes. And this is amazing, right? Now, this way, each machine can hold up to 100 gigabytes. You can, of course, attach EBS volume, right? So, and then you can easily keep adding nodes as you want, right? In consistent hashing, you can add or remove nodes very easily, right? So again, I do not have EC2 machines right now, but I have my laptop. So maybe I just show you a simple concept, right? So let me show that to you. Okay, I'm on my computer. This code will be there, so don't worry. So first I want to show you lab 8, right? I have server, right? In this server, I have a very simple DuckDB flight server. And the job of this is, again, the job of this server is to, write data into DuckDB, right? Simple as that, okay? Then what I have is launch fleet.shell. Again, we'll do some Docker example later on with all this stuff. But again, what this does, it will launch the server on port 1000, 1001, 1002. Right? So n is equal to 3, right? So it will basically launch 3 instances of DuckDB over here, okay? And then again, I have a client code which I will show you. So what I want to do, ls, I will say /launchfleet.shell. So on my computer, on my Mac, you can see 3 terminals have started up, each running DuckDB on a particular port. Here you can see shard3.db, shard2.db, and shard1.db. If I go probably to my directory db, here you can see shard1.db, shard2.db, shard3.db. Again, in real world, these are like EC2 machines, and they are these shards will be on that particular machine. So again, I don't have an EC2, but again, I'm just emulating it locally, right? Very simple. Now I have a client code, right? So now this will be using consistent hashing, and this will basically distribute the load to the appropriate DuckDB instance, right? So we have these 1, 2, 3 DuckDB instance running. Again, you can add 4, 5, 6, doesn't really matter. Here is my ports, port 1000, port 1001, port 1002, right? So basically I have my DuckDB running on these ports. Again, in consistent hashing, a node can be added or removed very easily, right? Now I have 2 methods, read from DuckDB and write to DuckDB. So let's take a look at the write to DuckDB, because again, that's what it is. So nodes is a dictionary. And then what we do is basically we iterate over that, right? We basically form this particular map object of like the host name and the port, and of course the shard name, right? Then I create a hash ring. As you can see, we create a hash ring over here on line number 23. And then I say, hey, give me the node, right? So basically I pass in the key and the value, and then it is gonna give me, okay, which node I should be able, this should be able to write it, right? So over here in the runner code, again, simple concept, man. I mean, nothing fancy there, but see, key is a UUID, right? So that I can distribute my data across all the shards very well, right? This is a value that I have, and then again we're gonna write it, and let's see. So again, all these 3 are running, and now here I will start my client code. So I'll say python 3 client.py. Look, so this was the key, a UUID value was a test value. This was returned to shard2. So if you see here, we got request on the shard2. If I run it again, this again went to shard2. If I run it again, this went to shard1. See, simple concept, right? Very, very easy. We did not make anything complicated, right? All we had is, okay, can I write into DuckDB using flight arrow? The answer is yes. Okay, well, can I scale it up now? The answer is yes. So you can launch multiple instances of course, your DuckDB Arrow Flight Server, and then your client can use consistent hashing and then route the write request to each particular shard. Amazing, right? So yeah, that's all I have for the video. again, you can of course go step ahead. You can add indexing, you can add bloom filter there. Again, you can do all of that amazing stuff, right? But again, I wanted to just show you a simple one, right? Like, hey, this is possible, this is something you can do. And of course, uh, you need to consider other things as well. For example, replication is one of them, right? So, but again, all of that can be taken care, right? I'm here just showing you the big picture is all I'm doing right now, right? Now, this can go into Docker Compose or Kubernetes, each pod running, Arrow Flight Server, and then you have your service, right, on Kubernetes service, and then you just request that, and then it goes to appropriate. You can do really fancy things. Is all I'm trying to say. So that's all I have for the video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll leave the code in the description. So yeah, go ahead, clone it, try it out locally, play with it, tweak with it, and let me know if you have any other questions. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and I will see you in the next video.